Hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, and welcome back to War on the Sea. This is our ABDACOM campaign. We're pushing episode number 80 here. We're moving along with the campaign very slowly, but we are moving along, and now's going to be a good time to actually take a step back and admit that I had messed up, right? This is not something that I'm really doing lightly. I wanted to progress the campaign, but I did mess up, for lack of a better term. Putting troops on Sumatra without first preparing the battlefield for their arrival was a very, very bad mistake. I thought I had a pretty good amount of troops going in, and I did. However, the Japanese are putting up a pretty stiff resistance here. So what is going to happen going forward, now that I've gotten past the initial steps of admitting I made a mistake and thinking about what I need to do to correct that, is everybody who is available in this area to run troops is going to head up there and pull them off. We're going to run them back down to Batavia. That's going to be their staging ground. We are looking at 5 days for the Northampton class cruiser, the Houston. Houston's not exactly the best at bombarding. They don't really do a whole lot of damage, but she's going to be needed to bombard, as is the Queen Elizabeth class, which we have 17 days before she comes back. So Houston, Warspite are going to come up, and they're going to be the bombarding force. Every other troop and supply I get is going to come up here. Obviously, I'm going to have to keep these bases up and running to provide air cover for everything, but this is going to be, admittedly, Operation Infusion is a failure at this point. We had up to 3,000 troops. I've put more troops on there, and we just keep losing and losing, so I'm going to start pulling troops off there. I'm going to pull the subs down. I'm going to take Task Force Express right here. I'm going to separate out the ball rot. And I'm going to send ball rot down here to join with Task Force 22, which has Armidale and Algrave, both with troops. They're going to deposit their troops there. The rest of Task Force Express is going to... let's see. Task Force Express. Cruiser Group 1. They're going to join with Cruiser Group 1. And then I really don't feel comfortable doing this, just because I know what's going to happen once we get up in this area. But Cruiser Group 1 is going to head up there and start pulling troops off. If we can get the majority of them off, fine. I think those supplies are lost. I'm going to focus on the troops. We don't have any other troops we can really pull from except for Makassar. I'm going to leave what little we have there for now. I could pull them from Denpasar. Right now we've got our attack transport convoy moving up. I'm going to... I'm going to split off Jupiter in these two transports. Right there. Or 3 transports. And the first stop's going to be here. Attack transport. Isn't much of an attack transport, but they do have troops here. Some of them do anyway. They're going to come up, drop off their troops, and then join up here. Once we get the majority of the troops off, of Palembang, we can resume our patrols down here, but I got to get them out. I don't want to do it, but I also don't want to fall into the sunk cost syndrome of we've made progress, we've lost lives, so we have to keep going. We have to keep up the fight. It's time to admit that I have fucked up. There, I said it. Get into today's episode. Alright, first up for our cruiser group is an airstrike. We got torpedo bombers inbound. We do have CW-21s in the area, but they started out kind of far out, so we're going to be hard-pressed to defend against this one. Plus those ships get in here pretty quick. Get the motor torpedo boat heading up pretty fast here. Let's see if we can see who they might be going for. It looks like they're either going for our motor torpedo boat or Boise. We're gonna have Boise speed up, change course. Isaac Swears are gonna do the same. Boise, change course. Actually, yeah, you should be alright. Not our mortal. I think they could even hit the torpedo boat with this torpedoes. We'll never find out. Where's the other group coming from? Right there. If they want to launch on our mortar torpedo boat, I'm more than okay with that. I don't even think they can hit. Boise. Right, Perth. Perth, it's not letting me break. Go. Perth should be alright. Boise, coming back around. Perth is probably going to be alright. We'll get you. Let's come to a stop here, bud. Isaac Swears. Guess you can keep going backwards. You'll be fine. Did get a couple of them down. Here comes our CW-21s in to hit the last bomber, the torpedo bomber. Wobble in there. Right, well, oh, you don't have any ammo. Oh, nice. I'm not sure why you're in the area. None of these guys have ammo. Alright, well. Warm up and have you, come on out. You don't get shot down there. Alright, well, that was, okay, evasion of the torpedoes. I gotta make sure my guys don't glide in the meantime. Anyway, I think that's going to be the theme of today's episode is defending against air attacks. Seems to be the theme of quite a few of my episodes is get attacked by the air, and I'm sure that won't change once we start getting into pulling troops off Palembang. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more airstrikes. You can tell I'm a little bit nervous about this whole situation here. But it has to be done, so. we've got air cover, which is a good thing. I'm not sure how these guys got damaged, but they are in the area. They were going to provide the air cover. They don't have any ammo. Where's all the ammo for them? They just came from the base. None of them have any ammo, and they're all damaged. They just came from the base. And there's a lot of them. There's 6. And our formation's going shit, so just gonna break everybody off. Start heading towards the group. Really don't understand where the ammo is for our planes. Get your speed up as fast as you can go. Then we'll see who they're attacking. We're losing fighters. Fighters are going to be completely useless for this. All right. Lost 2 of them so far. So I'm going to get them out of here. They're not going to accomplish anything at all. We'll just leave. Now we got to worry about these guys. 4 of them coming in on us from this direction. And another 2 behind them. Alright, I see where you're headed with this. Headed right for Danae. Hopefully we can get some of them, most of them down before they get there and drop. Probably not. Oh. Alright, Danae's gonna take a hit. She did try and dodge motor torpedo boat. That's why she wasn't. Yeah, look at that. Right on the bow. She was maneuvering to dodge this torpedo boat. That's why they wasn't on the course I set her at. If she was, would have worked out a little better for her. All right, there's one. There's the fish right there, headed for Perth. Perth's going to take another torpedo. Oh, no, she's not. She should be all right. All right, well, that's that. Another air attack survived. Stop. We'll get the damages fixed on Danae. Gonna start turning the evade hazards off on these guys. But come on, really? Full reverse. Full reverse. Jesus. All right, well, help her put her fires out, would you? While you're there. All right, Dan A, get your fires out, get repaired as best you can, and we will move on. At least this time it's just 2 of these guys. They're pretty slow and taking their time descending to wave top level to launch their torpedo attack on us. We do have hurricanes in the area. So we'll get them in, seeing as they didn't really seem to take too kindly to the order to attack. We'll just get them in. Hopefully put them down on the bottom pretty quickly. Got our formation just doing its own thing, trying to avoid each other. Got to rejigger this double line thing, put them in a single line so that they don't all do this all the time. But I'm feeling all right about this one. Well, maybe not. Alright, well, slow down. Then behind them. Where are they? Alright. Shoot. Come on. Someone shoot at him. Alright, there's one, there's 2. Stop shooting. Alright, didn't have to worry about it that time. There we go. Want to see something cool? Watch this. Have a little fun with this game while we're at it. Not gonna lie, I'm discouraged at the moment. There he is. Having to pull troops off of Palembang, just not what I wanted to do. There we go. There's a nice shot of him flying by. It's putting doubts in my own head about the success of this campaign going forward, but I'm sure it can be done because I've seen it done before. Darth Vegan, congrats. I just, at this point, I'm fairly discouraged about my own chances. Having to pull them off and dealing with a setback like this, we're down another 200 troops since we started the episode, and that was, oh, maybe about 3 hours ago in game time. So, discouraged doesn't really describe how I feel about this right now. Alright, first 2 of our subs to pull troops off are arriving. And I do want to clarify something from just a few seconds ago. I do actually think I can win this. I just have to reset, rethink, and do the right thing. I'm not giving up on the campaign. Don't do that. We just had a very major setback. I'm okay with admitting we had a very major setback. So let's get some of these troops off here. Sorry, manage cargo. It's not going to make much of a difference, but it'll get 240 of the troops off. So sorry, salmon. All right, you guys are still inbound. Cruiser Group 1 is heading up. Timed it out. Unfortunately, she's going to get there about 4 o'clock in the morning, so she'll probably get about here before the airstrikes happen. Problems with that, I'm sure you're well aware of what the problems with that are going to be. You're going to probably see it. Hello there. All right, so Cruiser Group 1 loaded up with troops. We do have everybody off of Palembang. We're only going to lose 416 supplies. Not quite daybreak, not quite 5 o'clock. Air operations are still an hour out. I'm assuming this is going to be a sub, so Oh, this is awesome. I changed them. I did. Never. Change them to line ahead. Man. But it is what it is. Gonna form up these guys here. Actually, first what we're gonna do is turn this off, on that off, in case there's a surface group. Alright. Then Danae, Perth, and Whipple. Perth and Whipple. Up. The MTB-20, Boise and Express. Up. That way. Run into land. And see what we have. It's a hell of a group right there. Yep. Oh, we have ships. Awesome. We have ships now that we're loaded up with troops. We've got a lot of ships. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that something? Well, we're going to get the hell out of here. I am not going to fight these guys. Unfortunately, the second I give the order to attack, they are going to do just that, or give the order, any orders to attack. We're not going to be, Christ, I can't even think. I'm so flustered here. They're going to start shooting at us, and we're going to have to defend ourselves. Luckily, most of them are going to run aground. So, I don't even think they know we're here yet. Java. Turn and start making better speed than that. NA. NA group. Why? Alright, there we go. They don't know we're here yet. We're still going to get out of here. Not going to risk these guys. If they all decide they want to crash into land and not shoot at me while I'm trying to escape, then that's on them. Or crash into each other. So we'll see what happens here. Right? Obviously, they did sight us. They are launching star shells, and some of them are launching torpedoes. So I'm going to have to avoid that for another 187 seconds, but just notice this. Someone launched torpedoes at a very unfortunate angle for this here destroyer. I'm assuming it's this guy just sort of launches torpedoes. But their formation went to complete shit. So, see how we do with, there we go. That was nice of them. Thanks. Let's get... Express just took a hit. What do we have to... Got 156 seconds. Express, you're going to have to brake. Let's have everybody start making smoke. Express. Can't lose any ships here. Express. And I can't attack him either, or my reset counter will be, or my retreat timer will be shot here. These guys, we're going to have to start maneuvering, because they did launch torpedoes. I don't know if any of them, this guy right here launched torpedoes. Boise, I want you and MTB to head this way. Head this way. Express. Chase the salvos, buddy. Chase them. See if we can get you out of here. I gotta keep her up at top speed or she's not gonna make it out. I know there was one ship that didn't have any troops on it. They did sink their own ship. Our whole group is almost entirely on ground here. Come on, Boise. There. Come on, Boise, before you come under fire. Oh, come on, really? This is ridiculous. Alright, Boise's taking fire now. I gotta fight this. If I leave this screen, it'll reset the timer. I just want to get out. I want my ships to survive. I want the troops to survive. But we are not doing good at all here. Express, what are you doing? Boise's going to be taking fire now. We're going to have to fight this. I'm going to have to fight this out. This is the most dangerous of the targets right here. Alright. We're just going to go one at a time. God damn it. NA target. Earth target. Whipple. Target. Java. Target. reset the timer. It was down to like less than 2 minutes. I can't do anything or it'll reset the timer again. We're stuck. So just fire. Everybody open fire. Boise's on fire now. Express, you gotta get out. Start shooting, I don't care who. They turn those spotlights on. Boise, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is Ford losing Express? Positive side, with everyone stuck on land, we're touring quite a few hits here. Number 4 is sinking. This whole group's gonna have to go back now. A football target number. Express. Dragon. Boise's getting her fires under control. Can't really slow her down without how she is, how close she is. Motor torpedo boat's gonna have to come in and take up the slack. Who's firing at this one here? Anyone? Can a stop targeting number 1, start target number 7. She's burning. Number 2 is dead in the water and burning. Number 5 is burning. Number 1's taking hits. The light cruiser's also taking hits. Insane. Fight I did not want. Definitely a fight I did not want. All right, Boise. Express. Express is barely moving. We're gonna have to sink every single one of these guys. In order to get out of here. Express is critical and critical. Minor, minor, heavy, heavy, moderate, minor, heavy, 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 moderate. Not doing as much damage as I would like to see here. Alright, our motor torpedo boat's starting to take some of the flak. They're sacrificing themselves. Express is sinking. $2,000 yards out. I think these torpedoes have... Well, they don't have any torpedoes. No, they'll just be a decoy. Heavy damage. Okay, number 6 is sinking. Target number 3. Fire. I gotta do something about this guy here. Okay, Java. Okay, everyone's firing on someone. NA. Perth Whipple. Perth. Hold your fire. Start targeting number 7. Your fire. We're targeting number 7. Fire. We lost our MTB. Not careful, we're gonna lose Boise too. Alright, everyone's firing. I didn't even bother identifying any of these. There's 1 sunk ship. There's 2 sunk ships. Okay, looks like he got himself free. Number 7 should be, taking a beating over here. I can't believe we lost Express. Or how many troops we lost with that. Wow. This is a rough one. Alright, so we do now have all of the ships sunk. We had everyone focused on this last Momi here, the one that was kind of just cruising along. We lost motor torpedo boat 20, and we lost Express. Boise is taking a massive amount of damage. He's on critical and heavy. We're going to have to get that fixed. A lot of our other ships, I think this group might be kind of done for. Sending them in to get the troops was necessary. As you can see, ships that sink when they're sitting on a beach don't actually sink. They just sit there burning. But they're counted as sunk. Here we've got our light cruiser. And further up the beach, we've got another Momi that's sitting on its side. So in terms of surface engagements, we sunk an entire fleet, but at a heavy cost, both in terms of damage to our own ships and loss of the troops that are on, or that were on Express. We didn't have any on the motor torpedo boat, but hopefully we can get enough of the damage repaired on Boise that she doesn't sink. So I'm going to get that fixed up and get out of here, get back to the campaign map. Definitely wasn't a battle I was expecting. It was a battle I did not want. I tried to get out, but that whole retreat timer thing, kind of had to fight it out, or my ships would have just gotten shot to pieces. So they ended up getting shot to pieces anyway, but we put down a whole fleet, or a whole surface group. Alright, well, I'm going to get the damages fixed and see how we go from there. We still have the daylight hours upon us here to get out with a damaged fleet and lots of troops. So this may turn out to be the worst episode you have ever watched from me, and my worst performance. So, alright, so when it's all said and done and the damages were repaired, Boise came out of it with heavy and minor. She's at 71% speed capacity. Her rear turret, one of her rear turrets is knocked out. Probably going to send Java, Boise, and Isaac Swears back to Darwin to repair. But like I said, we're here. We've got an hour to get out, and the air attacks are going to start. It's going to take a while to get our cap up this area, so hopefully Sumatra doesn't have much left and we can dodge it. Looking at what we have here for troops, 280, 306, 250. I really don't want to lose 250 troops, but that is that's gonna have to wait. Kind of a disastrous episode here. Tried saving face and ended up getting into a battle I didn't expect, didn't want, and could have done a lot better. I probably should have opened up on him the second I saw him instead of trying to get out and then messing up the retreat timer. Setbacks happen in war. Defeats happen in war. Mistakes happen in war. And I'm, once again, not above admitting I made a mistake. So we'll fix that as we go forward. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a very good day.